is a completely different thing.
No, gender is not disconnected from sex. So.
It's not completely disconnected, but it's still a cultural thing. It's still from society.
Okay, no, it is not in the mind. Okay, you're not a man if you think you're a man. And I didn't say pretending, or if I did, I shouldn't have said pretending. Let me amend.
You said playing.
Okay, I said a boy who thinks he's a girl. That's the usual phraseology I use. Not playing. I usually say a boy who thinks he's a girl or a girl who thinks he's a boy, which is technically what we're talking about here. As far as the actual psychological issues at play, it used to be called gender dysphoria or gender identity disorder. Now they call it gender dysphoria. The idea that sex or gender are malleable is not true. Okay, and I'm not denying your humanity if you're a transgender person. I am saying that you are not the sex to which you claim to be. You're still a human being, and you're a human being with an issue that I wish you Godspeed in dealing with in whatever way you see fit. But if you are going to dictate to me that I'm supposed to pretend that men are women and women are men, no. My answer is no. I'm not going to modify basic biology because it threatens your subjective sense of what you are.
Okay, but you're still saying these kids should not be accepted because they don't really fit in either place? They can't just
I'm saying that the Boy Scouts have a standard. You must be a biological boy to be a Boy Scout. You have to be a boy to be a Boy Scout.
Is that written though? Okay.
In the name Boy Scouts.
Esto es el estrés y la ansiedad. Simplemente el estrés y la ansiedad, esta es mi opinión, yo no soy psicólogo. Yo te estoy diciendo cómo yo lo trato. Después tú, si quieres tratarte con un psicólogo, eso es problema tuyo. Y si hay algún psicólogo por ahí que esté ofendido conmigo, bro, es tu problema. Yo no voy a ver un psicólogo ni soñando. Son los primeros que están divorciados, son los primeros que los hijos no lo pueden ver ni en pintura, son los primeros que tienen un montón de problemas psicológicos. Y por ahí para allá, ¿para qué? ¿Para qué parar? Son los primeros que han aceptado que existan 50.000 sexos y que todavía los chamaquitos no saben ni lo que son. Porque simplemente le estás diciendo a alguien que no importa, que pronto vas a descubrir lo que tú eres. Son los que están creando todo este tipo de disociaciones en los chamaquitos, que ¿para qué? O sea, no estoy diciendo todos los psicólogos, ojo, sé que hay muchísimos psicólogos que evidentemente no son así como yo los estoy reflejando ahora mismo, pero es que la psicología en este momento está tomando una vía que no coincide conmigo para nada, para absolutamente nada, y simplemente por eso estoy aquí aclarando.
For all of human history, boy meant boy and girl meant girl. Boy did not mean girl. And if I call you a moose, are you suddenly a moose? Okay, if I redefine our terms. No, yes, that's right. Men and women are a completely different thing. This is true. Have you ever met a man or a woman? They're completely different.
Completely different thing. You can't say you're a cat. It's not a thing. It's genders. It's not saying you're.
Okay, why is that? I don't understand. Why? Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, I won't ask you how old. I will ask you how old you are. Okay, because you're young enough that it's probably not insulting to ask you. So.
I'm 22, so I'm probably young and naive, right?
No. Why aren't you 60? Why aren't you 60? And why can't you identify as 60? What is the problem with you identifying as 60?
It's not the same as gender. You can't just.
You're right. Age is significantly less important than gender. You can't magically change your gender. You can't magically change your sex. You can't magically change your age.
You can still legally change it. People recognize.
You can't legally change your age, by the way.
Obviously, you can change your name, you can change your sex, you can change your identity.
Just because you can do things legally doesn't mean that they are correct biologically. You could do lots of things in the past that were incorrect biologically and correct legally.
Right. I still don't understand how you're accepting these children that are.
It's not a matter of open-minded and accepting. I want them to get treatment that they see fit, but that's not involving me. The idea behind the transgender movement as a civil rights movement is the idea that all of their problems would just go away if I would pretend that they were the sex to which they claim membership. That's nonsense. The transgender suicide rate is 40%. It is 40%.
Do you think it could be because of they're bullied at school?
No, I do not think that the discrepancy, normal suicide rate across the United States is 4%. The suicide rate in the transgender community is 40%. The idea that 36% more transgender people are committing suicide because people are mean to them is ridiculous. It's not true, and it's not backed by any science that anyone can cite. It is pure conjecture. In fact, it's not even true that bullying causes suicide, according to a lot of studies. For example, in the black community, where the idea is supposedly that America is a racist society, blacks are bullied a lot. Okay, in the black community has significantly lower suicide rates than in the white community. In fact, in third world countries, the suicide rate is significantly lower than in first world countries. Suicide actually seems to be a privilege of the upper classes, if you actually look at it from a financial perspective. So the idea that suicidality is directly a result of people like me saying, no, men are not women and women are not men, it's not true. It's also...
Do you think it doesn't impact their identity at all, or their depression, or how they feel about themselves?
I think the idea that you're going to sacrifice the entire society's proper definition of sex because you think that there is in legal terms, somebody with an eggshell skull, meaning that somebody who has a pre-existing condition that makes them more susceptible to criticism, that is not a way to run a society. You can't sacrifice truth because some people are going to actually suffer because of the truth. Plus, there's no evidence whatsoever that the suicide rate would go down in the transgender community in any marked way if people just started pretending that men were women and women were men. We're trying that experiment now. We'll find out whether it works. So far, no evidence.
Have you talked to a group of trans people at all instead of this group of like white people?
I'm more than happy to talk to a group of any people who will have me, but usually they protest me.
Para mí, el estrés y la ansiedad son las señales de tu cuerpo diciéndote que tienes que despertar, diciéndote que tienes que hacer las cosas bien. Simplemente eso. Si tu cuerpo te está diciendo que hay ansiedad por lo que sea, ya sea porque no estás atendiendo a tu familia como se debe, porque tienes a tu hijo o a tu hija tirada o por lo que sea, esos son mensajes que tu cuerpo te está diciendo: activa en modo tigre y ponte las pilas, macho. Y principalmente una de las cosas que veo con esta generación es que como no sabes lo que eres, no sabes quién eres, ya les estoy diciendo, hay más de 40 tipos de sexo establecidos ahora mismo, porque todo es una elección. Todo es, yo soy lo que yo quiera. El mundo se tiene que adaptar a mí, no yo al mundo. O sea, cosas que te quedas como, me estás jodiendo. Me estás jodiendo. Si yo me identifico como un niño de 5 años, yo soy un niño de 5 años. Y si me da la gana de tener una novia de 5 años, puedo tenerlo también. Porque el mundo se tiene que adaptar a mí, no yo al mundo. Y así es como la psicología moderna está viendo el mundo. O sea, de una manera absurda completamente. Me parece una cosa risible, de verdad. O sea...
Do you think a trans woman is a real woman?
I don't really like the way those questions are formulated. Now, I don't know what that means. What do you mean a real woman?
Well, I'm asking you, in your mind, you know, it depends what you think a real woman is, but do you think a trans woman is a woman?
No.
Why not?
Because I think that women are capable, generally speaking, of having babies, and they have female genitalia, and they have an XX chromosome, and I think the biological markers are relevant. It doesn't necessarily mean that I don't think that people should be treated with respect and dignity if they happen not to fit easily into a gender category. That's a different issue.
Right.
But it's a matter of definition, and I actually think it's a foolish argument in some sense, because what do you mean by real?
Well, I mean, you've just clarified that, though. You don't think that a trans woman is a woman. And do you think that that is what is behind or explains your opposition to this idea of a law mandating you to use a preferred pronoun, is because you don't actually believe that that's the truth, that a trans woman is a woman, and therefore you can't use that pronoun?
No, that's not my argument at all.
Really?
Yeah, really. My argument is that the government shouldn't compel voluntary speech. There aren't hidden motivations that have to do with some arbitrary prejudice against trans people.
Okay.
It's pure and simply this. There's never been a time in English common law history where the government compelled speech, and the Canadian government dared to do that. And that was unacceptable. And they masked it with this show of compassion for the oppressed, and I don't buy it.
Y el último punto con respecto a esto y con respecto a cómo yo trato este tipo de situaciones de estrés y de ansiedad es hacer lo que tienes que hacer. Generalmente tu cuerpo te lo dice. Generalmente estos son gritos de tu alma o de tu mente, de tu cuerpo, de todo, diciéndote cuando estás haciendo algo mal. Eso es el estrés y eso es la ansiedad. Este es el último punto que quiero tocar y es precisamente: hay que hacer las cosas que hay que hacer por disciplina, como lo he dicho muchísimas veces.
Secret unrest that gnaws at their heart because what they've been told isn't sufficiently true. So when I say, well, of course you're suffering, it's like, well, nobody ever told us that. It's like, no, that's the way of the world. And it might get worse before it gets better. Well, people are relieved to hear that just because they know it's true, and they're afraid because no one will say it. You know, in the Harry Potter series, you can't say Voldemort's name, right? It's the same thing. Well, as soon as you admit that your life is going to be brutally difficult from time to time, then at the same time you transcend it. It's like, okay, we got a problem here. Mortality, vulnerability, malevolence. That's a problem. Fine, we've got the resources to deal with it.
Por disciplina. Un pedazo de cake, angelito bueno, angelito malo o diablito, angelito, como lo quieras poner. Un pedazo de cake. Cómetelo, no te lo comas. Cómetelo, no te lo comas. Cómetelo, no te lo comas. Ahí está, evidentemente eso es una ansiedad muy pequeña en comparación con una ansiedad notable que puede tener, yo que sé, cualquier ser humano en situaciones de la vida. A mí, por ejemplo, cuando me dijeron que mi niño podría venir con síndrome de Down, fue una cosa que me generó un estrés y una ansiedad espectacular. O sea, ahí yo tengo dos opciones. O me pongo a llorar todos los días en la cama hasta que asimile que mi niño viene con síndrome de Down, o me pongo a investigar qué otra cosa puede ser. Y cuando me puse a investigar qué otra cosa podía ser, bueno, pues podía ser que el niño estaba viniendo bajo peso. Podía ser que el niño estaba viniendo bajo peso. Y podía ser también que mi esposa y yo estábamos teniendo una alimentación prácticamente vegana. Y le dije, creo que por todas las investigaciones que he estado haciendo, la alimentación vegana tiene este problema, este problema, este problema, este problema y este problema. Vamos a cambiar la alimentación vegana. Y aquí es donde cambiamos la alimentación vegana. Ya he mencionado en otras ocasiones que yo dejé de ser vegano. Fue en este momento principalmente cuando dejé de serlo. Y en un mes el niño estaba por encima del peso. En un mes el niño estaba por encima del peso. Enseguida que mi esposa empezó a alimentarse con carne. Y si yo simplemente me hubiera tirado en la cama a llorar y hubiera seguido comiendo lo que estaba comiendo, el niño hubiera seguido bajo peso. No hubieran descubierto qué era lo que tenía. Simplemente el niño hubiera seguido bajo peso. ¿Tú te alimentas bien? Sí. Yo me alimento bien, yo como las proteínas, yo como esto, yo como... Sí. Ya, hay que atacar. Hay que atacar y hay que hacer las cosas bien. Porque como les digo, el estrés y la ansiedad también son tu cuerpo, tu alma, todo lo que tú quieras gritándote desde dentro y sacando lo mejor de ti, diciéndote tienes que estudiar, diciéndote tienes que hacer ejercicio, diciéndote tienes que alimentarte bien, no puedes seguir jugando 8 horas por día a videojuegos, no puedes seguir con el teléfono en la mano 50 horas por día dentro de Instagram, Facebook y todas las redes sociales que se te ocurran, no puedes seguir. Muchas veces es tu cuerpo diciéndote que no puedes seguir haciendo estupideces. Y nuevamente, en estos casos, ¿saben cuál es la resolución del mundo occidental para esto? Pastilla o no, es que tú no eres lo que eres. O sea, te meten toda esta, te envuelven todo y te dicen, no, es que simplemente tú no te sientes bien con lo que tú eres. Tú tienes que descubrir lo que tú eres. Y ahí entonces es cuando te envuelven en todo esto de la psicología moderna. Hay que hacer lo que hay que hacer. Las cosas que hay que hacerlas, hay que hacerlas. Y cuando tu cuerpo te grita, es porque quiere que actives el modo tigre. Y las cosas que hay que hacerlas por disciplina, hay que hacerlas por disciplina. Esto de que, no, yo quiero agradarle a mi cuerpo. Yo quiero vivir por sensaciones. Sí. Vivo por sensaciones, amigo. Por aquí dejarlo, gente. Espero que no haya sido un video muy duro. Sé que soy un poco duro cuando hablo de estos temas, pero nada, soy así. Nos vemos en la próxima aventura, gente. Chao.
I'm a girl. Could have just as easily been a boy though, because the probability of becoming a girl is always 1 in 2. See, inside each of our cells are these things called chromosomes, and they control whether we become a boy or a girl. Your mom has 2 X chromosomes in all of her cells, and your dad has 1 X and 1 Y chromosome in each of his cells. Before you're born, your mom gives you one of her chromosomes and your dad gives you one of his. Mom always gives you an X. And if dad gives you an X too, then you become a girl. But if he gives you his Y, then you become a boy. See, there are only 2 possibilities. XX, a girl, or XY, a boy. The chance of becoming either a boy or a girl is always 1 in 2. A 50-50 chance either way. It's like flipping a coin. X, you're a girl, Y, you're a boy.